I'm good. I'm ready.
The Double Dealing Podcast, where it's always double the pleasure and triple the fun, with your hosts, Dave and Luke.
Yo, what is up, everybody? I am your host, Dave, and dude, oh boy, we have a good one for you to wrap up the month of December here. I mean, we've been recording, banging out all these guest episodes, and I guess we could say we're saving the best for last, right? I mean, so yeah, let's go around the table, shall we? Guys, my co-host, you know him, down in West by God, Virginia, Luke. How are you, buddy?
I'll say for everybody that's in the delivery business, I hope peak season has been kind to you and all is going smooth and well. But I'm good, man. As this is being recorded, I'm a little sore. I was saying right before we went on, I started boxing again, and these fucking guys gave me some shin guards. And I don't really kick, but just to make a long story short, I sparred against the guy today. He's way littler than me. The weight disparity is big. So I was like, yeah, man, feel free to kick that motherfucker. My leg, I feel like I might have to tell him tomorrow when they dispatch me, fucking take some stops off because my left leg's a little tender right now. But no, I'm good, brother. I can shin kicks probably as high as my leg can go. I was a boxer, but yeah, they fucking got me. But
awesome. Well, it's good seeing you, buddy.
Well,
Continuing
you too,
going
brother.
around the table. Speaking of good seeing people, seeing good people. Yeah, both ways works, right? Guys, you guys. Past guest is joining us. He's I think he's the record holder for most times appearing on this podcast. RJ, but now we got to meet his wife. And guys, let me introduce you to her real quick. So quick little background information on her. Our guest today, she is an adult entertainer. And guys, she ranks, I believe it's 1,971 out of over 130,000. It's probably up there somewhere. Over 130,000 verified models on Pornhub, where she also has over 40,000 subscribers there as well. You can also find her content on Onlyfans. Guys, please welcome to the show RJ's wife, Kikki J. Kikki, how are you?
You make me sound way cooler than what I think I am.
I mean, you know.
It's like the
I was about to spew it out.
On the internet, that's literally all I do.
I was about to spew it out before we started recording, so I got to say it now because it was the first time. This was before we actually did the episode. I think this was just RJ and I just talking, and this is when we were telling the story of when they were going to do when UPS was going to do the background story because of his family, and and they got all conservative and stuff. And he said, I don't know if it was verbatim, if I'll say it word for word, but he said, yeah, they leave their wives in the bedroom and they're just jacking off to my wife. And I was like, I fucking love this guy. That was like one of the first times we
ever met him.
And I was like, this is going to be fucking, and it's been a fucking amazing Instagram friendship ever since. Real friendship. I don't want to say Instagram. I just say it because we haven't met in person. Yes. Looking forward to that too when that day does come.
I felt so bad about that documentary thing. He was so excited for it. And I didn't even think to tell him, like, don't say what I do for a living. Because I didn't think they would bring it up. But he brought it up. And of course he was just like, oh yeah.
Check her out.
Right. Why, you want to see pictures of her? Which, like, I shouldn't have fucking... I mean, he trades my nudes for better trucks. I should have known that he was going to bring it up at some point in time.
Hold on, wait, what? What?
Oh, yeah.
I will trade nudes with supervisors or with other delivery drivers to get better trucks.
Like that's why whenever I do anything, he's like, make sure to put it on Dropbox so he has full access, so he can show people like, oh, she didn't post this yet, and then you can get better shit. And I'm just
Holy
like,
shit, dude! That's like a hell of an ace to hold to have for a good. Damn. That's
So like
that's a
you
nice.
get the truck that has like the dual fans up top instead of like the single one like on the
Oh,
dashboard.
Rentals with the AC,
no,
yeah.
I'll either get the rentals. I mean, I have a rental permanently now, but before that, when I was like using her, needs like fucking trading cards. I mean,
It
I
was
was
crazy.
like,
It was fucking crazy.
dude, I was getting trucks that only had like 1,000 miles on them and shit. You know, like,
God.
I'm just going up to like management supervisors like with my phone just out in the goddamn open, like, hey, you see that? That's mine.
Now give me a better truck, you son of a bitch. That's incredible. Oh my God.
Hey, we all have to hustle in our own ways, man. I ain't fucking settling for no goddamn P12 that has a shitty engine. I'm not doing that
100%.
shit.
100%.
I deserve to take all the time off I want.
That is also why my truck actually gets oil changes on time because the mechanics like me too. So, so there's also that.
If you want
That's
people to
fucking
like you,
incredible.
just send them nudes of your wife. Duh. That's exactly how you make friends. I'm
So-
positive of it.
So I'm pretty sure we asked RJ this his first episode, but I want to hear your side of it too. So Kikki, take us back to when you two first met.
When we first met her, when we first hooked up, because they were totally
There's two different.
Yeah, because his girlfriend before me was one of my best friends.
Okay.
And me and her, we were really good friends for a lot of our lives, but we drifted apart because our moms were best friends. So when we got back in touch, it was a good like 3-4 years that we were friends. We were really, really close. That's how I met him. And then she passed away in a car accident. And that's when me and him, because I like right away, I was like, oh my God, Ryan. Like, I rushed over to his house. It was a big thing. And then my boyfriend at the time was super, super abusive. He was kicking my ass. So we just kind of bonded. Because
Just
he
like
was
bonding
going
over
through
tragedy.
it. Yeah, he was going through it. And I was trying to leave an abusive relationship. And he was just like, oh my God, that's her friend. I need to help her. And I was like, that was her boyfriend. Like, I need to help him. Because he was all distraught going through it. Like, developing issues. He was like back at his mom's house. So
Bad alcohol habit.
yeah, it was a really bad alcohol problem. So yeah, he was just taking me to and from work every day to make sure that my ex, because he would take the bus and sit outside my house or like wait down the street for me at the bus stop, and like he had no problem like kicking the shit out of me in public. Like it was really, really bad. Like we fought, we got into like fist fights, and that dude was like 6'1". He fucking sucked.
Yeah.
So Ryan would he would take me to and from work, and
The way that it would actually go is I would get off work because I was in the preload, so I'd be getting off work at like 8 in the morning, go and pick her up, take her down to work, come back to my house, which was like probably 15 miles away or some shit. Get back to my house, nap for only about 4 hours, going back and pick her up, bring her back to my house again,
and then
wait until the buses stopped running so that way that jackass wouldn't try to follow her home or something. Then take her back home, go back to my house again, and sleep for only 2 hours. And I did this repetitiously for like what?
2-3 months.
2 or 3 months. And
I didn't know he was doing it. I had no idea.
Yeah,
I just thought he was just like, oh, you just wanted to hang out, but he was like, I'm not gonna let him get anywhere near you. And I was just like, oh.
And that's where
RJ.
sparks like actually flew when she found out what I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was like 2 weeks after. Because then once I found out, I was just like, oh, get your dick in my mouth, like, obviously. So.
That's being heroic and not even saying it, taking the credit for being a hero. You didn't even have a clue.
Yeah,
So,
I really
understand.
had no idea. No, and everybody hated that for the fact after like we actually started dating. Like it was a really big. My mom stopped talking to me for like 2 years.
Was that
Really?
because of your friend? Is that
Because of my
why?
friend, because of my friend that passed away. But it was mainly because my mom was like, "He's too good for you," and I was like, "I know."
Yeah.
Like.
Let that wrap around your heads a little bit. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
She basically was just like, he could do so much better. And I was just like, you don't have to tell me twice. Like, I know. Like, you know that and I know that. Let's not tell him that. He'll figure it out later. So she was like, you need to break up with him for his own good. And I was just like, no, I like him. Like, so yeah, we stopped talking for like 2 years. A year after.
Yeah, lost friends also. But in the end, I mean, it's more like it weaned out the idiots, from our lives. So
sure.
But I mean, 11. I mean, everyone kept saying that we were going to be we were rebounds and shit. And it's like, okay, well, we're here 11 years later and we're married, for 8 years. So what time is this supposed to be a rebound?
Right. Yeah, people get weird about, like, in my personal opinion, like, that's not like that's a tragedy. That's very unfortunate that happened, but like. Yeah. That's nothing that you guys had any. You know what I mean? The fact that you guys were dating, it wasn't like you schemed and connived, and this was another situation. You know what I mean? Like that.
That's what they tried to make it seem like.
Yeah,
that was the problem.
Yeah, that was my ex. They tried to make it seem like, oh, I was cheating on him, but it was just like my ex was actually cheating on me. And mind you, I hadn't seen my ex for a month prior to us actually like finally breaking up. Like, we finally broke up because he finally broke up with me. He was like, well, if you're going to be a whore, I'm not going to be with you and blah, blah, blah. He was like, I'm not. And I was like, oh, you're breaking up with me? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, no takesy backsies. And I hung up. Like, and he was not very happy that I was just like, you said it. Like,
damn.
But the one thing I love the most about that, too, is just, like, everyone back then all thought, like, oh, you're such a whore, this, whore, that. I'm like, nope.
I didn't even get started.
It's like, nope, now she's a whore.
Now I do it professionally. And I still won't fuck any of you, so ha!
It's like, get your timelines right, you asshole.
Yeah, he was actually only my third boyfriend.
Yep,
the third guy I've ever dated.
Yeah, no shit.
So how old were you guys when you started to date?
I was 20.
And how old are you, RJ? Are you guys the same age, or 24. Is there 24?
I had just turned 24.
No, you were going to turn 25, and I was going to turn 21. Yeah, so because I remember, because for your 25th birthday I bought you those Chris Isaac tickets.
Yeah.
I dropped like $400 because I was just like, maybe he'll love me, but
I'm like, your money worked.
It did. It totally worked. I just gotta suck dick and buy you concert tickets, and boom.
Boom.
I want the System of a Down, start sucking.
I meant you.
Concert tickets? What
I technically did. Remember when we went to go see the Misfits?
Oh yeah.
Suck Chris's dick for those tickets.
Even my bassist gets on the action.
He's still mad at me.
Oh, yeah. So that was actually, I was waiting because I put this question in kind of random. I was waiting for my wife to actually come down here. I don't know if she will or not, so I'm just going to ask it before I forget, because she's always talked about making she creeped on your profile and was into big time, and she's always wanted to make a video, but she won't do it unless she wears a mask. And I've always said, well, if I do like a POV thing or something, I wouldn't wear a mask myself. But if I didn't have a mask on, it'd be pretty obvious. But she wanted me to ask you, and I guess this would kind of go right into the first question of getting started in this business. Was there ever a part, were you ever nervous to the first video you did? But she wanted me to ask you if you guys ever did wear masks of any kind in the beginning. I said, I don't think they did, but I don't know. I didn't think.
No, because honestly, we didn't. It was a slow transition into doing actual porn. Because I started off as a foot fetish model. And then I got into being a dominatrix. And then I got into live streaming. And then I got into creating content.
So how much... The foot fetish model, because there are a lot of people, and I'm sure you know,
a lot of people
like that. I hear the foot thing is can be very like that's a booming business, so to speak.
If you get it right, it can be very, very profitable. But you could also like lose it all in like a matter of like days, because it's just the nature of this industry as a whole. You can't depend on it to always be a constant. So that's why you always have to have like either another source of income, which for me it's him. Back then it wasn't. I would have to do the content creation plus the live streaming plus like the fetish services, you know. So yeah, it's just like a whole thing, because one night I actually used to do foot fetish parties where people would pay to suck my toes
and massage them.
Yeah.
And the best ones though is having when they wanted her to kick her in the face.
Yes.
Or kick them in the face.
Yeah, I had like a high-ranking CEO that I was like one of his number one girls, but I would just go and stomp on his face and like jump on his chest, and he'd be like, "Call me a little bug," and I was like, "You're a little bug bitch," and he was like, "Oh, I'm a slug," and I'm just like, "Yeah, you like that, don't you?" And then I would just like crush his face with my foot, and I'd make like $600-700.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's what I was watching Dave. I was going to say, Dave, can you imagine kicking somebody in the face and being able to make $700?
Yeah.
But like, hold on a second. So like, was it like, hold on. I got questions. I got questions now about this. So was it like full force? Like, did he want like absolute just beat up, just
bloody nose, dude? Like,
no shit.
Nice.
I've broken a guy's nose before. I broke a guy's nose.
And she bashed out teeth.
And I've broken teeth. I've knocked loose teeth.
And this is just bare feet.
Bare feet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, did they like? Were they ever like, "Yo, how about heels?" or like anything like that?
Heels are really dangerous, so that's why we never really did it. But it's just like they like the contact of your foot, and because I have a high arched foot, everybody was like super into it. And I had the girl next door look back then, because I had like short blonde hair, no tattoos. I was like 21, but I looked like I was 15, and you know, people are creepy. So and I like barely wore makeup, and like, you know. Yeah, that I just made a lot of money doing it. And then I was, on top of that, I'm a bitch. So they're just like, would you be willing to like really hurt me? And I'm just like, oh, fuck yes, I would be. How do you feel about calling me names? I'm just like, what? You're paying me? Like, what?
That's incredible.
I feel like I should be giving you money.
Yeah.
Like they're paying, yeah, because they're paying you and you knock their teeth out, and they got to go get that shit fixed at some point. So not only they're paying,
I got a tip.
Jesus,
I got a tip on top of it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
My shitty West by God, Virginia internet cut out for a minute because I thought it like pause. I thought you said he didn't, but then you said
no, I broke it.
Nice.
No shit.
I totally broke it. It was just like a, and I was like, ooh. And he was just like, he gave me like another 100. I was just like, thanks, man.
Like, so hold on. So like, let's say like when you broke his nose, like when you broke someone's nose or like kicked their teeth out, like, were they like, yeah, keep going?
No, they would scream in pain. I
mean, like, I was just curious. I was just curious.
Yeah.
And then they said thank you.
And then, yeah.
After they said thank you?
About it, then they're like, oh my God, thank you.
Yep.
Soldiers.
Hold on a second.
Fuck.
All right. I gotta get one of those in there. That's incredible.
Dude, I haven't heard that sound bite in a minute, man. Holy shit.
Oh shit. Wow. So yeah, fuck. That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. But I know that I mean, go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, because I mean, the question I had was, how did you get started? Like, so obviously you mentioned you started with the feet.
Yes.
So like, what clicked in your mind, or was it something that somebody said where like they were like, "Yo, you should get into"?
My sister didn't want to do it alone. That's what happened.
No shit, huh?
My older sister, she's smaller than me, and she was more popular online because she was, she's still doing music. Because I used to be a rapper, and I did.
We've heard about this actually.
Yeah,
yes,
he told us you were a rapper.
So she was still doing that, but she was getting hit up to do like more reality TV, and she was like, "Can I bring my sister?" and blah blah blah. We were supposed to be casted for the Bad Girls Club, the sister thing. So we were
no
gonna go
shit.
there. Yeah, so we were gonna do that, but then they're like, we don't pay you, and I was like, I have fucking bills to pay, like I can't go.
Yeah.
So then she was just like, do you want to do this with me? I don't want to go by myself. And then she backed out, and she was like, I know you need money, and I was just like, I do need money because I just quit my job, and then I just did foot stuff for like 6 months.
So like, were like you two there just kicking people's faces in?
I was more of the one that was just like, this is amazing, and she was like, this is a little weird. So I just
So you just had some pent up anger and just needed to kick some people's faces in.
she was just like, I mean, it's cool, but like, how odd that people want to do this. And I was just like,
And give you a tip.
yes, anybody yum, this is amazing, and I'm getting paid for it. So
And I'm going there, and I'm going there as like protection or a bodyguard or a hairstylist, and then I'm just looking at her like, do you really need me for this? You're beating the shit out of me.
You just watch her beat the shit out of people. Like,
Watch her just manhandle these
yeah, like I think it's a prop pretty much.
yeah,
I
so like
need to worry.
stuff really what like led me into like everything that I do now, because like doing it in person and doing it online is completely different. Now I do so much more shit now online. I make people do the worst fucking I make people do some heinous shit to themselves. It's awesome. Like
Wait, online?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I still do
my
domination
God.
stuff. That's like mainly how I make my money.
Luke, this is gonna be a huge rabbit hole here. Because I just got questions. So like,
I can
so
see
like,
they're spilling out of your eyes. I can see.
yeah. So like one question I had, and
Okay.
was like, so you're saying you make people do stuff. So I wanted to ask you, I guess it'd probably be through maybe OnlyFans, but what has been like the strangest request you've ever gotten?
Well, I know the one he's thinking of, and the one he's thinking of is a guy that would use blood as lube, and stick a rod up his dick to masturbate. So basically, he was into CBT, which is cock and ball torture,
Yeah.
and JOI, which is jack off instructions. So, but he had a whole kit, and he would open it, and he was just like, encourage me to do drugs. Just like scream at me, like yell at me to do drugs. So he had like this whole kit, a surgical kit, and he would have like Coke, Xanax, and like Whippets. And he fucking, like, I would just like, I'm like, oh yeah, like take a bump, like pop that pill, like what the fuck are you doing, fucking pussy, blah blah blah, like, you know, just talk mad shit, like, oh yeah, you can't take it, and then like instruct him to cut his dick and shove a metal rod up there, and then jack off until he comes. So that was the one that gave him the most like, oh my God, why would you do that?
Yeah, that one, I mean, that one made me cringe because the guy came back and this guy like literally told her to like, yeah, tell me to cut my dick hole as far as I can, but you tell me how far. So imagine a fucking hot dog.
No, dude.
He didn't split his cock, but he had so many scars on his dick from doing it. He was like, after that, he was just like, he would go from the pee hole though, from like the piss hole, and then just slice, and just go all the way around and just slice it, and then stick a metal rod up there.
I haven't seen.
So many people are
anything of
cringing
that
right
rod,
now
but
listening to this. I want you to know that.
I've seen the metal rod thing before.
Yeah.
I stumbled across. Somebody showed it to me, and I was like, "Oh, god damn!"
But cutting
that
too?
one got me.
Above
Nah,
all
I haven't
that?
seen cutting. I've only seen the rod.
Like he shoves pens up his dick and writes my name.
Wait, was
While
that
he
the same guy
jacks off.
with the glow sticks?
He also does glow sticks. He sticks glow sticks up there.
Tell me you could see it. Have you seen pictures of this? Like, could you see like his dick glowing?
On my Pornhub.
Yeah,
On
it's
Pornhub,
on there.
Pornhub, I show what he's doing. And I'm just like, check this shit out. And like, I upload it because that's what he paid me to do. I charge an extra like $200 to have me upload your personal video.
No shit.
Yeah, I think it's called Adam's Little Dick, but it's like the second video. Like, it's like right there.
Yeah, it's.
Wait,
yeah.
so like, but could you see it though? Like, is it glowing?
Yeah.
Mhm.
He
No
like shuts
shit,
it
huh?
and then he cuts it open and he like sprays a glow thing everywhere. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's toxic and that shouldn't go up.
Yeah, that's poisonous.
Like,
huh?
whatever.
Oh my god, dude.
Thinking
I
the
don't
same
care.
thing.
Alright, so that's the one RJ was thinking of.
Uh-huh.
That's
was
one
bad.
the one with him cutting. That's the one that made me cringe.
Yeah,
And it
that
takes-
one was like, that's
It
enough.
takes a lot for me to cringe, you know, but
Dude.
that one, oh
Yeah.
That's not
god,
the weirdest request.
and it's not the weirdest one. There's more. There's
I
so
mean,
many.
I guess that was like a little heinous, but like, I don't know. I want to say like just the oddest request was a guy who he was just like, can you just sharpen your pencils? And I was just like,
Okay.
all right. And I just sat there, and so he didn't want me to talk. He just wanted me to sit there and sharpen pencils. So I took like 20 minutes just sharpening like all my lip liners and my eyeliners because I had to do it anyways. And that's all I did.
The balloon popping.
And
balloon popping's a thing, though. A lot of people like that.
Okay, so you don't have to mention it, but like, if you don't want to, but how much did you get paid for that, for sharpening just your normal stuff?
Back then I used to charge $3 a minute.
Interesting.
And it was like 20 minutes. So it was like $60. And I just.
There's literally like people. There's like literally anything in the world you can think of. There's somebody out there that wants it.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I have a guy. He's a returning client. Every show I do with him is like at least $80 to $100. And he just wants to punch himself in the dick and make fun of his dick while he jacks off, and that's all he does.
That's interesting.
Yeah. There's even a fetish for being stuck in traffic. Like,
there is a fetish
it's
for being
just
stuck in
like
traffic.
it's
No, come on.
Stuff.
Yeah,
I think
Like there be people
understand the
stuck in
fetish.
traffic, and they'll just like fucking be like, "It's time. I'm stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
Are you available?"
Yeah.
Oh no, when I'm stuck in traffic, I'll even put it on like my Snapchat, and they're like, "Oh, let's do some pay for play," and I'm just like, "All right." Because they're just like, it's like the voyeurism, just like, oh, you could get caught. Like, I think for them, that's for me, like how they like it or whatever. But like, yeah, it's just if they think
crazy.
it, yeah.
I never thought I could think of a positive way to make traffic like a fucking. That's true. I mean, damn, I never even thought of that, because I was at first when you said that, I was thinking traffic. God, it makes more sense to me. The people that have like shit fetishes that get like shit on, like. I've only seen 2 girls, 1 cup one time, and it only met the once. That one was
those girls.
He knew those girls.
Those girls are from my high school.
Shut the fuck up.
No
Are you
fucking way.
serious?
They graduated the year that I went into my sophomore freshman year of high school. But yeah, they were from my high school.
Dude, I don't even know. I hope if you
All
ever
right, so
go to
hold
a
on. So
reunion,
what were they like
if you
in
go
high
to a
school?
reunion, please let me know if they go back.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, no, I didn't know them personally, but I knew the group that they hung out with.
Yeah.
But yeah, when that came out, like it was rumored all over my school.
I'm sure.
And I didn't believe it, because it's like, yeah, okay, this thing
Who
is,
would do that?
Yeah.
I mean, that for one, and then for two, I'm just like, okay, this has like so many millions of views at that time in the early 2000s. I'm like, there's no fucking way. And it wasn't until like almost like 8 or 9 years later I found out they actually graduated from my fucking high school.
No way. That's fucking nuts.
It's hilarious,
Dude, I
right?
probably saw it. I was still in college when I saw it, man, and I remember it so like it was. That was the only time I remember I'd ever almost puked, but I didn't. But I never did watch it again. I can close my eyes and still see it now, all these years later.
I've never actually watched it. I remember
it's better that you didn't.
Everybody that was just like, "Oh my god, you need to watch this," and I'm like, "Why did you watch it? You already knew what it was."
See, for me,
You're the
it was
weirdo.
like a train. Yeah, I mean, I've watched some. I've watched. Well, one of my favorite porn stories of watching porn was actually at this same townhouse. We ended up putting this. It was Triple X Proposals. And we put that on the like the big screen, and these townhouses were, I mean, obviously they were townhouses, they were close together. And we were at this part where this dude, and he had just walked in with nothing but a pair of Air Force Ones, and he was banging this girl doggy style. She had a hold of her boyfriend's shirt, and they're saying, "Help me!" And we're just all watching. There's 8 people. Nobody's beating off or anything. We're just watching it because a friend of mine was like, "Dude, you guys got to watch this fucking porn I found on Triple X Proposals. It's fucking hilarious." So we put it on, and that's why. But somebody had walked in. So somebody walked into the wrong townhouse. They walked into the one we were in, and these neighbors weren't like us. Like, they didn't party. They didn't fucking do anything. So like, this person came in looking all like, proper. And we just got this fucking, we just got this poor, and nobody said a word. Everybody just looked back. Nobody even fucking flinched. And they just, it was like the movie scene. They stopped and walked out. And, that was what about, I fucking love it. I love it.
Yeah,
It is a rabbit hole.
back then, like if one of my dude friends came up to you, he's like, dude, I got this killer new porn. You want to see it? Not with you.
I find weird porn, and I still show people to this day.
If it's like weird, I mean, if it's weird porn, it's like, okay, yeah, let's check this out. But if it's just like straight porn, I'm like, no, I don't want to watch this with you.
My favorite ones is when little people would do porn, but then they would make them dress up like goblins or like statues that come to life. I was like, this is fucking amazing. I didn't check shit out. And I'll like stop a party and then put it on the big screen.
Where's that Luke soundbite? Amazing.
Amazing.
And that soundbite was from the last time I was on your podcast, by the way.
That's right. Fuck.
There's the record.
Oh my God.
Fuck, I fucking love it. Damn.
See, that's why I do so well with this job. I've always just...
This is why I told you guys so many episodes, like, you need to ask her these questions because she's got all the stories.
She's got all the stories.
They're fun.
And so, I mean, yeah, like we said, we're so glad to have you on. I mean, I also heard this is your first podcast.
I actually used to co-host a podcast. But after that, I stopped doing it for a long time. So this is the first one since oh my gosh.
Is this your first interview?
Like 7 years, maybe 6 years.
Yeah, it was unbeknownst to me.
So we basically popped your podcast cherry here as an interview.
I mean, as a guest.
As a guest.
My guest podcast.
See, that's what I just had my guest podcast cherry popped recently myself. It was fucking it was weird. It was awesome. Good interview, but it was definitely, I told Dave at the beginning of it, it felt like I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? I was like, this is weird, man. And then it was awesome. Yeah.
So
I honestly think it'd be like another like Skype thing, only I'm not getting paid. So I guess my clothes stay on. Whatever.
Fair enough.
So let's just go through everything you mentioned before. So it started with feet. Next, you said live streaming.
Yeah.
So what was I guess would it be the same as what you're doing now, but you were just live streaming?
Well, I just went back to live streaming, so now you can actually catch me live, going lives on like my free cams. I go like a couple times a week or whatever. But yeah, I would just sit here and I'm in front of my computer screen. I have my lighting and everything done up, and I just shoot the shit with people. We just talk until I hit my token, like how many tokens I want to make, and then I'll do like a show just live in the public chat, or people will take me private and we'll just do that. Or usually what happens is I just kick it and then people sub to my Onlyfans and then I get taken to Skype shows. So that's like usually like what I do. But it takes me a lot to like want to actually work. I am lucky if I hit 2 hours in a day. Everybody's lucky if I do 2 hours, because usually it's like 30 minutes and I'm like, no, and then I just leave.
Just like, I'm good.
I don't want to
How many hours have you worked all year long?
Oh,
No.
78. I worked 78 hours this year. It was a lot. I'm exhausted. I need a vacation.
I mean, like, like RJ's told us like the story when like, he would take break or something and he'd like give you a call and be like, hey honey, how's it going? And you're just like,
I just had to stick like fucking a dildo in every
just going to town.
And I'm exhausted. What do you think? Like, exactly.
Or just I like the nonchalant one where it's like, hey babe, what are you doing? It's like, just sucking dick. I'm gonna be taking a break. What are you doing?
God, when I would like bruise the inside of my throat, that was the worst. And like, I'm so good at it. I don't want to. I fucking gagged too hard on this fucking cock. Like it wasn't the silicone one. I grabbed the plastic one, and then I went too far down too fast, and like.
Needless to say,
myself out.
Needless to say, the hot dog I was eating was no longer appetizing.
So it's like,
Yeah, he still calls me. He's like, how's it going? But I'll honestly, I'll still answer even if I'm live. I'm just like, fuck you guys, I don't care. And then like, I'll answer the phone. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, I'm supposed to be working. And he was like, why do you do this? And I'm like, because I don't want to work. And this gave me an excuse to not have to do that.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I mean, like, because I would think you guys understand. I think you and RJ, I think you both understand that, like, what you do isn't, it's not like what my wife does. It's not what, Luke's wife does. It's very, there's not many people that do it. It's not very popular, if you will, but it is in a sense, I guess. But like the question I have is,
I think what you're trying to say is like what the fucking of the societal fucking the asshole societal stamp of quote unquote what they think normal should be.
Sure.
That's what you're saying. That's what you're trying to say. I'll say it for you.
Thank you, Luke.
So you're fine. Yeah.
So like,
I think society would just call us extreme leftist or some shit. It's like, no, we just love each other. I'm like, this is what extreme leftism is. I'm just like, oh,
right.
Okay, what was the question?
No, so what I was getting at is so would you guys then consider your marriage? Would it be, because I'm very not informed in this whole thing, obviously. So it's like,
I actually had to correct him. Well, go ahead there.
So like, would you guys consider your marriage? Would it be polyamorous?
It actually just kind of started going the way of poly, because I've always been poly. Because going back to when we first started,
can you actually real quick explain to people what exactly that is?
So poly is basically when you have multiple relationships. Like you have your regular relationship, and then you have a relationship on the side, like an actual full-blown relationship. You have sex, you go on dates, you do things. That's just what it is. It's just another relationship. Mm-hmm. Prior to that, we were literally, it was just sex. But to me, I've always like been poly because like I still to this day, he's the 4th guy I've ever slept with, and I have 8 dudes that I've ever slept with in my life, because I don't really just like fool around with dudes. I'm just like not that interested. I love women. That's more of a thing, but I tend to have relationships with men, and that's where more of the poly thing comes from, and that's stemmed from because Alyssa, when she passed away, I had to get used to the idea of you can be in love with more than one person at the same time. And that really had to settle for me so we can be together, because if it didn't, I couldn't do it. Because we had actually broken up for about 2 weeks, I think. We stopped talking to each other because I was just like, it's okay for you to admit that you're still in love with her. And then he was like, I am. Like, there's nothing I could do. She died. Like, we didn't break up. And I was like, I understand that. And that was like a hard hit for me to take because I was like so head over heels in love with him. And then it was just like, you know what? It is... You can do this. It's okay to have emotions for more than one person at a time, and that's how it all started.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, because Dave asked the first time. He was like, "Are they polygamous?" I was like, "Fuck no, they're not polygamous." I was like, they're not Ward Jeps. I was like, RJ and Ward Jeps out here, fucking 26 wives. Yeah, but I'm not that well. I'm not gonna say I'm fucking like I know a lot of shit either. But no, I just know that shit because of. My wife watched. I got into that. She watched that Escaping Polygamy, whatever channel. I forget what that's.
Oh yeah, shit's insane.
But yeah, so that's the only reason I kind of knew so much about polygamy. So when he said that, I was like, "Fuck no, that's not what they are."
It's almost like polygamy is like. I think you might understand like what I'm trying to say, but polygamy is like almost like. If you took polyamory and made it into like a conservative religion, that's what polygamy would be.
That's actually not what polygamy is. Polygamy is all built. It's built around a man to have him have as many wives and children as possible. For him to be the head of the household and him to have, and it all got started so he can have more land, more children, more title, more heirs. That's what polygamy is. Polyamory is just equal.
I try to like make a decent example of him. Like, oh no, that crashed and burned.
You were wrong.
Damn it!
It is so wrong.
Yeah, it's funny because I mean I know the Rogans, they aren't here. I mean they're here. They're watching right now. On the sidelines, but Amy's told us the story when they ended up meeting with you guys and you guys went to, was it a drag?
Ricky's.
Oh yeah, the bar.
Okay, so like, and Amy told us the story when you guys went to the bar, and she was like, yeah, like we were trying. I think she said like they were trying to like head out or something like that, and like you guys were trying to pick up a girl at the bar, and she felt bad like interrupting and everything like that, and like
Yeah, no, I remember that because she was just like, "Hey, we're gonna go," and I was like, "Oh, you're leaving?" And she was like, "I don't know what you're doing, but like, we have to leave." And I was just like, "Okay." Like, yeah, and like honestly, like for like 3-ways or whatever, the one who like mainly brings him home is him because they're his friends. Like the girls, they're like all his friends are like, "Oh, I always wanted to fuck you," and he's just like, "Cool. Do you want to also fuck my wife?" And then I'm just like, "Hey," and then that's what happens.
There you go.
Oh, I was going to say, so they don't know they don't know that you're not a check, because I would say that could be a blow to them right before you'd go in, be like, why doesn't your wife think she's not into it?
No, that has happened,
No,
and then
yeah.
I did feel bad, and then I was just like, I could just get more drunk, and then I fucked him. So, or I let them fuck me. Okay, so my standards with women is very low. It's like that high.
She
off
can
the
count the
ground.
men on her hands. With women, fuck no.
It's like 40-ish.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
That's one thing we share in common. We both love fucking women. So
There you go.
So yeah, I don't fuck men, but I'll date men. But I'll fuck women, but I won't date women. And there's like the difference with my thing, because women are fucking nuts, and there's only room enough for one crazy, and it's mine, and there's so much of it. I'm so much for everybody to deal with already. We don't need more.
So like has it ever, like your whole life and you guys being together, like has it ever caused a rift in the relationship?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It takes, I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, when you're new at this, I mean, there's a lot of hurdles you have to jump and all that stuff too.
Honestly, it was after we got married. And then he had laid the main problem was he wanted ground rules, and he was like, these are the rules that we both have to follow, and I was like, whatever. And I followed him, and he didn't.
I kept breaking them.
Yeah.
So,
and then I was like, why the fuck did you do this? And then like he was just like, no, but they have to stay. And I was just like, whatever. But then I was getting upset at him, and he kept breaking them. So I was just like, I'm about to hurt your feelings. So really it just, and I did. And then I was like, oopsie doodles, we should probably call it even. And he was just like, yeah. And then we were just like, we should probably just talk. Like,
So it was just after that, it's just both you guys just were on the same wavelength.
After I had to tell him, like, I'm done. There's no more rules.
Yeah.
Like, whatever rules that you have in your mind, you need to get over it, because I'm not dealing with it, because I didn't break them. I didn't make them. You did. Mm-hmm. So if you want to stay in this relationship, there's not going to be any rules. And, you know, but there was like a little bit of talk about becoming monogamous, and I was just like, that's boring. Yeah, I don't want to. Like,
I mean, it's like if there is any rules, it's just, you know, wear a condom, be protective, and just if she's with someone, it's like, hey, send me an address just in case of an emergency.
Yeah,
right.
Pretty much it.
Right. I mean, that was gonna lead into my gonna lead into my next question too. Was like, was there any boundaries where it's just like, okay, like you just said, RJ, you know, like, all right, wear a condom. Like, is that what it's still like for you now when you're making your content?
Well, if I'm making content, I don't use condoms because it just sells better.
Sure.
But I make sure to get tested. So I go ahead and make sure to get tested. But I mean, there was that one guy, I was on and off with him for like 7 years, and after a while we just like kind of stopped using condoms. We would like have sex like once a month. And it was kind of just like not worth using condoms because he only lasted like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. So I was just like,
Yeah, he wasn't dirty, and he wasn't dirty or anything.
Yeah.
He was on birth control and all that. So
yeah, so that's just kind of how that went. But I mean, like, there's like ways to it. I mean, if I was to like sleep with somebody new, then like, yeah, it would be condoms. Or I'm gonna start sleeping with my best friend again, the bass player. And I already told him like we're gonna have to use condoms. Like, I'm off birth control. Like, you know.
Right.
We don't need a little you running around, like, which would technically be a giant you. Ryan's gonna get mad, like.
Well, you know, I I think Ryan said that to us too. I mean, you know, like have you guys been trying?
We recently started actually trying again. I mean, it was more of a if it happens, it happens. But like we were on such separate schedules that when like if my cycle was happening, we just did it. And then I was just like, oh yeah, we totally missed that. And he was just like, damn it. And then that was just going.
Yeah, I mean, it's just because with my schedule with the company and all that, and then with her, she's been on different medications and all that, so those make her loopy, tired, all that stuff. I mean, it's a lot of adjusting, but the one thing about us though is that we're not that couple that fights over something like that.
Yeah.
Sure. So if something like that, because like for us, it's like, okay, well, we missed that, or shit, we're tired, whatever. We still we still have fun with each other. We still do what we do to make up for it. But it's but when it comes to trying to make to actually make a little me, it's like our schedules are always like conflicting and juggling. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
But now I got off of my med, so again I'm like raw dogging life again. So I was just like, we can definitely try like next month, maybe the next couple months, see where it goes or whatever. It's just that I have to keep an eye on it, and when I'm off my meds, I'm off trying to like cut down trees and take out flooring and think I can fix computers. Try to move to Maine.
So you guys want to have one?
You don't want to move to Maine.
You guys aren't just...
Actually, Maine's a nice place.
It's kind of, I mean, it's one of those things to where it's like, I think we both would regret it if we didn't at least try. Because, I mean, both of us do, like, we talk about it all the time, and it's like, of course, if that were to happen, it'd be exciting as fuck. I mean, or else we wouldn't be trying. But it's also gotten to the point out to where, everything's been conflicted and everything that, this is our last, we already said this is going to be our last year of trying.
Sure.
But we would like feel bad if we did not at least try.
Put an effort into it. I think that's
I got you.
And honestly, we were going to be child free until I accidentally got pregnant. And when I accidentally got pregnant, I didn't know until I had already lost it. And then that's when it kind of clicked for us. It was just like, maybe it won't be that bad, like if we have kids. And then it happened again, and I was just like, oh shit, god damn it. So I figured my body is just like, ew, fetus, and then just...
Yeah, delete us the fetus.
And goes away. Yeah.
I think if you do, it will be one rad child. That is for sure.
Yeah, me and I'm going to start or me and her, or him and her, whatever, are going to start a band if that does happen.
I was going to say, there'll be music. We know they'll be musically talented and shit. And fucking.
If it gets your talent, we're going to have an issue. Son, come here.
Don't tell my child what to do. Hey, give it another fucking little heart to that. I don't care.
Oh my god!
I think it would be a really cute kid, though. I think it'd be super pretty.
I would agree with that. You're both good-looking people. You would. I'm a betting. I like to gamble. I'm a betting guy. I would say I would be willing to bet you two would produce a pretty baby. I'd be shocked otherwise.
Very crazy. And it's like, sorry. Good luck with that.
So that was actually like speaking of like Luke and I were talking to each other like before, and we were curious what is your like nationality?
Oh my god. So I just found out that I am technically a little Asian, because everybody would say like, you fucking look Asian, and I'm like, I'm not, I'm just Mexican. Like my 3 of my grandparents came from Mexico. Turns out one of them actually came from the Philippines. Their parents were Filipino, so that's where he came. They came from there. He was born in Mexico, hopped the border, and then just spawned so many fucking people. But so I know there's Mexican, Filipino, and white. And besides that, and like Native American, I don't know. It's a clusterfuck. It's just like everybody started fucking, and then here we are. Like,
because
like decided to stay in their lane. I don't know.
No, because like even like Luke and I said that too. We were like, she may have a little Asian in her. And
It's
like,
a
we just
little
weren't sure, but yeah, totally.
It's a little
Always a
Asian.
thing.
So it
Yeah.
was all Filipino on that side.
As far as we know, I am going to take a DNA test because I have no fucking clue and I'm so curious.
Sure.
Because I do think that I don't look like a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Like facial features, I don't look like a lot of people. So I was just like, I'm gonna figure that shit out because I'm gonna be very interested in. Like, it looks like I was black the whole time.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, absolutely. Why wouldn't you want to figure that out? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and plus I'm very, very tired of like social media and everything, or like when I'm not wearing makeup, I do look more Asian, or when I do, people like accuse me of like Asian fishing, saying that I'm trying to do my eyes like a certain way to like appear that way, and I'm just like, it's just the way that I fucking look, you assholes. This is why I don't go on TikTok. Like,
Jesus Christ. Oh my
and
God.
then I keep getting kicked off of TikTok because of Anna Booty, whatever.
Fucking TikTok. They're yeah. It's the softest of the social media pages, and it's the trolliest for
It's
sure.
so bad. No, I'll go and I troll. I troll the shit out of people, but I stopped putting an effort into it after like the 7th account that I lost that had like over 100 and something like 1,000 followers, and I was like, cool. And then they're like, you're blocked again, and I was just like, that's stupid. That's so stupid. I don't even remember what I was. Oh, it's because I used the word ganked instead of murdered. That's it. That everybody was mad at me because they were like, oh, what is this video about? And I was like, oh, this guy ganked this girl and he's going to trial. And they're like, why would you say that? Be more, they're like, be more, you could be more soft about it. You could say that she passed away from murder. And I was like, that's fucking stupid. And I was like, that is the stupidest goddamn thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. And like, everybody was like dogpiling me. And I was like, I don't care. I was like, you guys don't like the way I said ganked? I don't like that you said passed away from murder. Now we're all mad. Like, that's reported my page. And then I got deleted. Yeah.
It became a thing.
It was a huge thing. I get into fights with people all the time because I don't shut the fuck up, and I'm just like, I have nothing but time on my hands. Like, what do you think I'm gonna go do? Work? No.
God, when I hit you up, or if I was on my lunch or whatever, I'd be hitting her up like, oh, what are you doing? She'll just send me like just screenshots of her just trolling the fuck out of like, whether it be politicians or random people. She's just like, oh yeah, I'm doing this right now. I'm like, well, that looks fun. I
got kicked off of Twitter for fighting with Trump.
Oh yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, because I kept telling him to go kill himself, and apparently that was against the rules.
Yeah, and I got banned. I got banned from Twitter because apparently I supposedly had threatened Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert. I was like, I didn't threaten them. I just said I wished they were dead. Like, that's a difference. I didn't say, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm just wishing that would happen.
So yeah, bullying politicians is something that we also have in common.
I mean, we have protested pro-lifers at fucking at abortion clinics.
That's
just
amazing.
Just trolling
That was so
The protest. I love it.
Goodness.
Yeah, and we protested the protesters, and they got so mad at us. Little old ladies just screaming in my face, and I'm just sitting there like laughing, and they're just like blah blah blah, and I was just like, your mom should have swallowed. Like, and they're like 75.
That's like, yo, RJ, was that your profile on Instagram that I saw where somebody was holding a sign and it was like, this guy always shows up to gay events?
Oh,
On Instagram?
It's true. Yeah, that's the shit that we were doing before it was cool.
Yeah, like it's like about 10 years ago. That's when we were doing it.
I mean, dude, then we had another friend that would take chicken wings and would just dip them in fucking Halloween blood, and then he would just chuck them at fucking all the people at the fucking things.
At the pro-life.
Yeah, that's the shit that we used to do. We protested right.
Holy fuck.
Even though it was really just bullying little old ladies, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, they were.
It's still really funny. I had a great time.
I mean, I think we covered like a lot. Oh my goodness, we covered a lot. I mean, like we got a lot of we had a bunch of questions written down and we were just going everywhere with it. Oh my goodness.
There's plenty more.
What?
Oh, I'm sure there's anything that's on your head you want to ask her. You better ask now because there are a lot of stories.
Okay. Okay, here's one. So like let's say you do, let's say you guys do end up having a kid, in the future here. Is there anything that would make you quit doing content?
Age. That's it.
That's it.
When I age out, I plan to retire at 45, and when I age out, then I age out and I'm done.
So you actually have that like 45-year-old plan, and you're just like out.
Yeah, that's the plan. But I'm starting now to do more behind the scenes stuff because my whole goal is to make it safer for women who want to get into the industry. Because when I first got started, people were constantly harassing me, trying to get me to fly to Miami, trying to get me to do scenes with no condoms. It was like a whole thing, like, promising you all this money with no safety net. And my whole thing is I want to open up a little studio to have like a safe place for like women to go ahead and do content if they can't. Say they live with their parents, lost their job, they want to make content, they can rent my studio space. Right. Or if it's another studio that wants to rent space just to shoot or whatever, I'm going to have a thing where it's like a 25% non-refundable deposit, and then 20% of those assets, 20% of that will be going to the girl if she decides to back out. So that way she could still have something for showing up for the day. Because a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll change the script. They'll just be like, oh, you're going to do this, like, with one guy, and that's your day. And then they'll be like, oh, well, now it's going to be a gangbang scene. And if you don't want to do it, then you're not going to get paid. And you came out for nothing.
They straight suck.
No shit. That's fucking.
Yeah. So my whole thing is set up like, industry is so disgusting. Yeah. Like that's why I never worked with another studio. I never took the money. When I first started out doing the live streaming, it was like $30,000 that I got offered for my first contract to fly out to Miami for a week, and I was just like, fuck you guys. Like, I know why you want me to go to Miami, because Miami doesn't have a condom law. That's why you want me to go to Miami. And if I would have said
shit, I did not know about this.
Left me stranded.
No, California. In California, there's a law for adult filmmakers that if you are on scene, if you're in California, you have to wear condoms.
Yeah. So that was a thing. But my whole thing, is to make it a safer place for women to go ahead and shoot.
Oh, the baby!
Aw, cute! Twins!
I didn't know which one was
No,
but yeah, it's usually like 45 is around when I'll probably retire from it.
Well, that's all. Well, I mean, everything you just said is awesome that you have that plan, and it seems like you're very like you really that's your goal. Like that's your goal.
Oh yeah, it's funny. A lot of people think I'm just a dumb slut. I was actually valedictorian.
No, I mean everything you just explained is very intelligent. Like you had the whole thought process already just drawn out.
Yeah, I'm already working on getting my LLCs together, and I'm working on building up a photography studio that has nothing to do with adult entertainment. So I can have that under my belt to get more capital, because anything capital that I use from the adult entertainment industry, it's not going to be viable for a loan for a business. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm starting the photography business on the side, so I can use that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going feeder.
That's why I'm going feeder. Yeah? Yeah, you want to?
No, I'm going January.
Oh, it's set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. That's good then.
But the only funny thing is, the other drivers, I always seem to meet the drivers who are like, yeah, I'm gonna get on the sleeper teams, take a break from my wife. I'm like, you see, I want to be on the sleeper teams, but I'd rather drag her with me. Like,
yeah, dude.
No.
Trust me, I'm very entertaining. You'll want me in the car.
I said, no, my wife's my best friend. She must come with.
Fucking right. So, RJ, so with that now, is that a different hub? Is that a different center, or are you still gonna have to drive fucking 85 miles to work?
81 miles.
No, I'm actually I'm actually planning on transferring once I go feeder to go to the hub that's only like 45 minutes from where we live compared to almost 2 hours.
Sure.
Because, I could do that now, but as you guys know, I'm not doing that. Going to a hub that's not my regular union, going all the way down at the bottom and then doing package. It's like I'm not going back to fucking being a goddamn cover driver, especially when I have my own route right now. It's like, no, I'll hustle it out. But
Awesome.
yeah, once I go feeder, so yeah, this is my last peak season. And once I go feeder, then yeah, I'm that's it. So
Good for you,
January-
brother. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. Everybody that goes feeder loves it. Everybody
Good
we've ever had on that's been feeder, they all love it.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot easier on your body, just like everything.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
how you-
definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing that's holding me back, and like I've talked to many people about this, is the snow. I would not want to drive those fucking things when it
That's
snows,
scary.
dude.
You'd have to put chains on finally.
Yeah,
No.
that's
Like,
scary.
like fuck, like the only thing like I can imagine, like you're driving right, and the tractor's going, then all of a sudden it like you look out your mirror, the fucking trailer's like starting to swing around towards like the horse where you are. Fuck that. That
No,
just
that's
gets my
scary.
heart. That gets my fucking adrenaline going just thinking about it. But
I have questions.
The baby has questions.
you have questions? What?
The baby.
Oh, no, I'm like the baby. I'm like, oh, the baby has
Oh, the
questions.
baby has questions.
Oh,
Yeah.
Grab the other
Oh,
mic.
she does.
Oh, actually, no, I actually do have a question. All right, Luke, birthday, Carol Burnett.
Carol Burnett. Fuck. What? I'm drawing a blank. What's she play in?
She was a big star back in the 60s and 70s. I'll look her up.
I have no idea. what this
You want to
is.
see a look? There you go.
Wait, so Luke.
Oh.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know that.
Stomp them.
Got
Okay, so
me.
I actually got him on one. Luke has a vast knowledge of knowing people's birthdays, like famous people's birthdays.
It's an odd talent.
Yeah, it was a wasted
That's what I
semester.
do.
It was a semester wasted in when I was in college. It was. I mean,
We went to school for it.
I went to. I got a degree, but that's. I don't use my degree. I use this more than I use my degree.
He was doing this. He was just randomly doing this, and while he was going to get his degree.
What
Yeah.
did you get your degree in where you had to know celebrity birthdays?
That actually. Well, the reason this is. I'll go ahead and explain it. I'll explain what
I
happened.
made a lot of bad decisions.
So I lived at home until my last semester of school. Like I moved out at the very end. The university I went to was close. I played football there to start, and then I quit and just stayed out and graduated. But I had a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class, and I had like an hour gap in between of these two classes. And since I just lived at home, I just would kill time in the library, and it was a computer lab, not the actual library. And
Yeah.
We then I looked them up, and they were stamped in there. That's how I knew it.
Kill it. That's one of the weirdest hobbies. It's cool.
It's very
Okay,
interesting. Like
okay, then
it's,
I'll give one more. Charles Bronson.
Okay.
what the hell's Charles
I don't
Bronson?
know Charles Bronson. I don't. I should know that one, but I don't. I want to say like late 1920s, early 30s would be my guess, but I don't have an actual. You're killing me, man. I'm fucking.
I actually finally got you.
It's a really bad first impression.
It was, but yeah, it was just it was one
Oh,
semester.
wait. November 3rd, 1921. So you're right on the 20 scale.
Damn, he was my fucking born the same year my grandma was. I didn't realize he was that old.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta get one last one. Oh God, never mind. I'll go with Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal. I would know Steven Seagal. 1951. I'm pretty sure he's 1951.
Oh no, buddy.
What?
No.
What is he then?
1952.
1952.
Oh, fuck. I need to start brushing
I
over
got
my
him.
birthdays.
I finally got him on three.
Sorry, Kiki. You didn't
damn
get to see the vast knowledge. She saw the
No,
dud.
dude, I'm good at it.
Well, hold on. Okay. All right, Luke. Just for
Redeem yourself.
you,
Gotta
just to have a
redeem
little rebuttal. Kikki, why don't you give him an actor or an actress's name?
Ricky Lake.
Ricky Lake talks. I don't
She was
know
also
Ricky Lake
maybe?
either.
Okay.
I don't Ricky Lake. I don't know.
Okay, what about easy Johnny Depp?
Johnny Depp was 1963.
Is he 19? Oh my
Let me
god.
see.
I still
June,
want
Johnny
to.
Depp.
June 9th. I remember
he
the
knows
exact.
gay.
He know that is June 9th, 1963.
Oh, that's great. That's my sister's birthday, June
Yeah,
9th.
right there.
I didn't realize he
he'll
was that old.
He'll be
Oh,
6.
so-
Fuck the shit out of Johnny Depp.
I don't know. RJ was going way back. That was like RJ was going in the early 1900s
Hey,
there for.
I had
like,
to
that
put him
was
to
that
the
was
test.
that was
I
a
had
little
to put
tricky,
him
bud.
to the test.
That was a little
It was
tricky.
fucked up. It was 100 years ago.
It's Charles Bronson. The mechanic.
I don't even know who the fuck Charles Bronson is.
Oh, dude, watch
Death
the movie
Wish.
called The Mechanic. You will not be disappointed.
Me and
What?
you are in the same boat. I know the band. Like,
Oh, there's a
Do
band.
you not
Yeah.
remember? Do you not remember any Death Wish movies? Death Wish.
Oh,
You ever
yeah.
heard of that? Who
Yeah.
was in that? Do you remember Death Wish, Dave?
No.
They were like, well, they were older.
Hold on. How
Yep.
RJ? How old are you?
I'm 30. I just turned 36.
And Luke, you're 36. 30.
Fuck! I'm about to be. I'll be
37,
38 pretty soon. I'm 37 right now.
No, I'm just right at that age gap where like Luke was just like a couple years ahead of me.
but how old are you?
35.
I
Fuck,
just
dude,
heard-
2-year difference ain't gonna make a difference in Charles Bronson movies. He was,
Fuck Charles
he
Bronson.
he was old, dude. That was way. He was making movies way before we were born, dude. It wasn't. I promise you, it wasn't our 2-year age gap. Fuck.
It's just a weird
Yeah.
thing that you both happen to know. That's
Yeah,
it.
just watch. Hey, Dave, watch a movie called The Mechanic with Charles Bronson. You will not be disappointed.
I haven't seen it either. It's fine.
I don't know. I've
You
never
don't
It's a
heard
have
of
great
it.
movie.
Don't give in to peer pressure. You're fine. You
Luke,
don't have to watch it.
Luke, do you have anything else for our guests today?
Nah, I think you covered everything pretty well. I appreciate you both coming on. Kikki, it's nice to finally meet you, and RJ, it's always a pleasure, brother. Every time,
As
and
always.
yeah, I'm good this way, brother.
Cool. One last thing, I guess, for you guys. I know I just asked you, RJ, but Kikki, do you have any questions for us?
What do you think about when you try not to come during sex?
That for me, that would be like hockey.
Hockey?
Yeah, I'm a big hockey guy.
Yeah,
You know,
big
like
movie.
trying to like remember, like you know, like
doesn't give you a boner.
For
What?
me,
what'd you say?
I said so. Hockey doesn't give you a boner.
Nah,
it doesn't give him a sexual boner. He just gets excited.
Like a
for
mental boner?
I
hockey.
get like
It's
mentally
a famous-
excited.
It's not a physical boner, it's a mental boner. It's my regular boner from going too soon.
Like, mentally, his brain is like a porcupine.
For me, I just try to. I'm not like. I don't think of any particular thing. I'll just actually think about. I'll like try not to. I'll be like, oh shit, I'm about to come, and I'll just think in my. I'm like, I try to like tell my dick just to relax.
Just don't do it.
Yeah, that's basically. Yeah, I meant to. I try to mind trick my dick, kind of.
Trick my dick.
I haven't really mastered that
I'm
yet.
turning that into a
I'm
band name.
I'm still working on it.
Luke's
Trick
fucking
my
over there
dick.
like
That's gonna be a glam rock band right there.
Luke's over there like, don't fucking do it, buddy. You're fucking out yet. Not fucking yet. Hang on a little bit longer, fella. Jesus Christ.
2 more minutes. 2 more minutes.
Oh, fuck.
20 seconds, 2 minutes. Yeah.
And that's when the wife comes through the door.
But then you
No,
thought
wait,
about
it's
it,
like,
so then
no, it's like, you know, like, I always try to, like, wait for my wife. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you always try to make sure that she gets the pleasure out of it, too, obviously. You know, like, you don't want to
Gotta be a
come
giver.
too early. Like, fuck. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Tell
wait,
her.
just wait,
Oh, that's
wait,
really
wait,
tight
some,
piece.
wait,
What'd you say?
Get a quick breather in. We'll be ready to go again.
Tell that to her side piece.
We stopped fucking, but yeah, his whole thing, he would have to think about like gay sex, but he would still, he would only again, he would like actual sex. It would be like 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
Like it would be really fast. And then he would like think, but that's why when you said like I'll just tell myself not to do it, because like we had that conversation where I was just like, why don't you just try not to do it? And he was like, because then I think about it and then it happens. And I'm just like, oh, like, like he's really good at giving head. Honestly, best head hands down is that guy, because he knows that it's not gonna happen with his dick. So he's just like he got really good at it. So I was just like, awesome.
To try
look
and
it up.
supplement. I got you.
Interesting. Little tricks of the trade.
I mean, if you're gonna suck in the sack, you might as well be really good at giving head.
Yeah. Right?
I mean, there's things you can do.
Of course.
You can learn.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. That's awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for taking the time. Don't go anywhere when we say goodbye, okay? Hang around so we can say goodbye off air, all right? Luke, everybody, Kikki, RJ, thank you guys. Everybody listening, happy holidays, all right? I mean, this is going to be airing around the holiday time, so happy holidays to everybody, and we'll see you all soon.
Later, everybody.
See ya.